All right, hey, this is Dusty Thunder again with another Reddit story for you. This one comes from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Wanting Mother-in-Law to Babysit Anymore? I, 38 female, and my husband, 39, have a 20-month-old, our only. We live near my husband's parents, and from the day our son was born, I was heavily pressured into letting my mother-in-law, 73, babysit. Heavily pressured, red flag on that. Some backstory on the mother-in-law. She's very frail, old, and forgetful. She has bad arthritis and can't open or close latches with her hands, including things like high chairs, strollers, baby gates, etc. She's also very stubborn and doesn't really listen to me. She will say okay, but then not actually do what I've asked. Not frightening at all with your 20-month-old baby. Early on, when our child was very young, she bumped his head on the table while holding him and made him cry. She also would put random things in his crib as an infant, which we all know is a big no-no. We did it when we were parents. Needless to say, I held her off for about a year, and it was not easy. Over the 8 months, I gave in and agreed to let her babysit 1 day a week. He's great at daycare for the other 4 days, and she's done many other questionable things. Pulls his arm too hard, doesn't change his diaper enough, doesn't offer him enough food, doesn't put sunscreen on him, doesn't use his mittens in the winter. He came home screaming once after she took him for a walk in 30-degree weather without his mittens, and his hands were bright red. These are all things I remind her of regularly when she's there. IWFH, I work from home, and she says okay, but then she doesn't do them. Anyway, all of this was tolerable until recently when she opened our baby gate at the very top of very steep and narrow stairs that lead to a hard tiled basement and didn't close it properly on purpose because it's too hard for her to open and reopen with her arthritis. I told her this was unacceptable and very dangerous for our son, and she said okay, but this just feels like another instance of saying one thing but actually not listening. Now I'm filled with anxiety whenever she comes over and want to have her stop babysitting altogether. I can't get work done when she's in the house because I'm constantly checking whether or not the gate is closed and if he ate enough, etc., etc. My husband says he can't stop asking her to babysit because it will break her heart. And I'm like, but what about breaking our kid if she leaves the gate open again? What do I say to my husband to get him to understand that her son's safety is more important than his mom's feelings? Well, how about at what point does that change, hubby? Does our child have to end up in the hospital for you to finally be like, okay, yeah. What has to happen for it to be worth hurting her feelings to prevent your child's body from being harmed? What has to happen? How bad does it have to get? Because that's the gamble he's taking. That's the risk. He is gambling with the safety of his child. Maybe just say that. Which is more important? The physical safety of your child who can't fend for themselves, or the ego of your mother? Which one is more important? Right now, he's choosing his mother's ego. Screw your ego. I'm not risking the health and safety of my child so you can feel good about yourself. If filling up your cup puts other people in danger, sorry about your cup. It's got a hole in it. No. And I get it. He doesn't want to break his mother's heart, but he has to understand the risk in the gamble that he's taking right now. You are not allowed to gamble with your child's safety. You're not, especially when it's for somebody's feelings. No. Mags, no, you don't get to feel good when causing stress. Yeah. And for you, OP, yeah, I get it. You can't be there because you're constantly feeling like you have to overwatch, babysit everything. And if you have interior cams, you're probably just have one monitor up, switching between them, trying to see what she's screwing up next. You can never fully focus. If you can't fully focus, she's not babysitting. There's no benefit to it. It is just harm across the board. The only one receiving any kind of benefit from it is her. That's it. No. This is a veto situation. This is a 2 yes, 1 no structure. Your no is all you should have to say. Back it up with whatever you want to back it up with, but 2 yes, 1 no. Employ your no. Do it. She's not saying no contact. No, she's not saying like your mother is now excommunicado. That is not what she's saying. She's saying she can't watch our kid because she puts her kid in danger. It's not complicated. It's not complicated.